Okay, KINGPYN.
Yes.
We had KINGPYN.
By the way, I was so shocked that I forgot it was real time now in London. So I was like spending my day thinking like, oh, it's going to be like 4 a.m. again. I was preparing for that, knowing I had to come here early in the morning. And then like you lot in the chat like, oh, it's starting. I'm like, fucking hell, scrambling. Mate, I have to be honest, what is a fucking sick event?
It was. It was.
The mics were awful.
Yeah. Well, the weird part was, so they did same as Misfits, they did the first hour was on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So the first hour was on KINGPYN YouTube. I don't know if any fights were, but we bought it.
Yeah.
And
that's okay. I mean, I did too in the end.
Yeah. And we were watching the stream. We were watching the actual stream, the paid stream.
Yeah.
No mics. YouTube had mics.
Right.
And I'm thinking, how am I paying?
Yep.
And not, true. Well, Viz actually paid, but how is this the paid stream? And the streams kept going down.
Yeah.
Thinking this is weird because the pirated one was better than that.
Yeah. It's a good one, man. I mean, people keep complaining that it goes down a lot, but you just got to refresh.
Yeah.
Just got to refresh. It gives them time. Anyway, I want to say that what was annoying me, I think because the crowd was so loud, they kept turning the mics down for that reason, but then they would then turn it up late. The guy would start talking and they would then start turning it up late. I'm like, bro.
I don't think they did. I think the crowd were dead. The crowd weren't there for the first 4 fights.
Yeah.
They turned up for the 2 Brazilian fights.
I just mean crowd. I just mean background noise in general, music and that.
But they stayed quiet the whole So at the start, they announced all the fighters. They went through every single fighter.
Yeah.
There was not a single noise for any of the fighters except Winderson and Julie.
Well, should we talk about that now?
Well, so I was thinking, me and Viz both went, this sound must be delayed or something, or they've quietened it or something. And then we heard the Julie noise and it was like, wow! And we were like, okay, everyone's just Brazilian. We
were in Misfits and there was a period in that fight where the crowd went crazy and we were looking around thinking, is that real? Or have they added a noise in? Yeah. And then I'm thinking, that's probably a smart thing to do at events, at arenas and stuff, sometimes feed a little bit of crowd noise in. So I wasn't watching all the KINGPYN fights in like real time. I was doing stuff and coming back. So then I saw them show Winderson Nunes. Now I know he's a big guy. I know he's got followers around the world. You need a massage?
No, I just needed to twist my neck and Con's laughing at me.
Can you crack your neck?
I can sometimes, but not right. I can't do it all the time.
Yeah, so I know Winston's a huge guy, but I didn't expect in my head them to be in the arena.
Yeah.
So I was like,
it's in England. Like, it's in London.
So I was like, surely that sound noise is fake. And Toby was like, nah, man, every time they showed a Brazilian, that's been the reaction.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll speak a little bit more on that later on. But yeah, unreal support from them lot.
Yeah.
It's nice to see.
We
live in a bubble, man. We live in like a UK YouTuber bubble.
Oh, 100%.
And then even outside of that, and then the world is crazy.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. The only male fight, I got to be honest, I didn't care about was that fight.
Yeah.
And
but now
the crowd only cared about that fight.
Yeah.
As in, there wasn't a crowd for the other fights.
Let's just talk about it now. Yeah. So when, like, obviously, Gibbon, Austin McBroom.
Have we got the running order? Can we get the running order for the KINGPYN event? We might as well go through it. But the first fight was Emily Brooke.
Okay, we'll
just quick because it's not.
Yeah, Emily Brooke,
Emily
sister
Brooke's
of Emily Elbrook.
Yeah. It was okay.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch any of the female fights, not out of sexism.
Okay. Well, the Emily Brooke fight.
Probably didn't say that, did I?
The Emily Brooke fight, I got to be honest, so Emily Brooke won.
Did you watch the build where they pushed each other?
Yeah. No, that was Elbrook.
No, it was Emily Brooke.
Oh, the way it...
Yeah. That was a sick push.
I was going to say,
she defended it real well.
Elbrook's was a...
Oh, the water splash.
Yeah,
I saw all that. Yeah.
So Emily Brooke, I got to be honest, she ain't going through the next round, I don't think. She fights Barbie.
Nice.
And I think Barbie destroys her. Barbie was originally meant to fight Fangs, and I think she would have battered her.
Barbie film's coming out soon.
It is.
By the way, I realised we haven't added to this podcast, but it's not come through in time.
Okay.
We might have to do it after at some point. But shout out to the sponsor, guys. Check them out now.
Yeah, the Barbie fight. Barbie looked good, you know.
Really?
Like, yeah, I reckon.
Was Barbie the one that was like scary as fuck in the weigh-in?
Yeah.
Like
she came in with the baby and stuff.
Oh my god.
The fake baby.
Oh yeah.
And she was just like, "Oh, this is my baby." Blah blah blah.
Fair enough, man.
I think Barbie wins the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's
go Barbie.
I might be way off, and I don't know. She was the only one that. The thing is, it's hard to judge when when you have expectations of people, and then you have no expectations of someone, and they do quite well, so you think they're amazing, and the people that you expect to do well do okay.
Yeah. Well, speaking of people we don't know about, my mate Nate.
Yes.
And it's not my mate. It's just called.
He's not your. Why is he
not? He's not my mate.
Yeah.
I've not spoken.
You
to
hate him.
No, I like my mate Nate.
So he's your mate.
Yes. Yes.
He fought Kenny.
Yeah.
The issue is, I had no idea about him. Well, all I had heard was that he's technically amazing.
You and I kind of bigged him up a lot, innit?
Yeah, because we had heard from a good source that he was very good.
When you don't know anything, you just build a character in your head.
Yeah, and he's been training in Thailand the whole time.
Mystery, you don't know who he is. Where's he come from?
Yeah, and he's talking
black
about
belt and everything.
He's talking sensei about Muay Thai.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm different.
Yeah, I'm different. I mean, to be fair, he might be, but Kenny was really good in this fight.
Kenny was really
different.
Good.
Kenny was throwing some big shots.
I think Kenny was like good. Mm-hmm. I know Sensei was like, Kenny or Jarvis were the best fighters for me.
Well, I know Kenny was better. Like, I think Kenny had a difficult time. He lost. Who did he lose to? In Misfits, he had a loss, right? I can't remember.
Well, he lost to the Temple one, got overturned.
Yes.
He beat DK Money.
Yeah.
He lost to.
Oh.
Who did he lose to? Can you look up Kenny's fights? King Kenny record.
Well, anyway, in this fight, I'm saying he was much improved in this fight compared to that one, because that was a disappointing loss.
Oh, he lost to Ashley.
Of course.
Raksu, literally who we had on the podcast. I did this yesterday, While watching this, I went, who did he lose to? And then everyone was like, your podcast guest. I just completely forgot. Like,
hey, by the way, you had a sleepover with JJ.
I didn't have a sleep. Why? Why have you done that? He came over to my house.
That's sick.
Yeah. I was very surprised he came
Toby
over.
Go as well.
So did Toby.
Nice. Yeah. And then Viz.
Yeah, and Mark.
Oh, banging.
Yeah.
My invite was probably lost.
I invited you. I put it in the chat.
I know. I probably should have gone, Just spare room.
Yeah, you could have come over.
I should have gone, stayed, and then come to the podcast together.
You should have, but you didn't.
I didn't know it was a thing until really late. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought Kenny looked good.
Yeah.
I'm more surprised by Nate not looking good than Kenny looking good.
But again, that was only because we built him up in our head.
Yeah.
His head's...
But even in the interviews and stuff, Nate's there going like, I think whoever wins, this is going to be an amazing fight, and I think whoever wins this wins the tournament.
Yeah, but now I'm thinking... You'd say that, right?
Yeah, but I'm thinking Nate...
I would say that. I know I wouldn't win.
But I'm like, Nate wouldn't have won the tournament.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well...
Someone in this, by the way, one of them...
will win.
As in, one of the guys here has to lose every fight. One of them has to be 3-0 or 0-3. Yeah,
because no draws.
Yeah, and the losers fight each other. I think. Well, I don't know if Austin's going to fight again.
Really? He's going to sack it off.
Maybe.
Oh, by the way, did you catch that the bloke who does the interview? I'm not sure his name. He did when we'll talk about Blueface and Ed Matthews. That wasn't part of the tournament. That was in there. He did insinuate that if any fighter pulls out or can't make it, Blueface will step in.
Yeah.
So maybe you're on something there.
Yeah.
Because to be fair, Austin, what's he got? He wants to give.
He just wanted to get that.
And he's lost.
He wanted redemption.
Spoiler alert. Anyway, Jarvis, by the way, can I just say, I get so confused with boxing sometimes because, when you look at, this is no offense to Jarvis, when you look at Jarvis and you look at Zanetti in the interviews, Jarvis, he looks quite young.
He was like a man via boy.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, in my head, I'm like, surely he can't win this fight. They get into the ring and they same height, ish, same stature.
It was 5'8" and 5'10".
Sorry, yeah, it's not him saying, but I'm saying in the ring he looks apart.
Yeah.
Separate. I'm thinking, Thomas Nett scares me, man.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. I really wanted Jarvis to win this.
Yeah,
but in my head, I thought I think he just gets bullied.
Because in a slim fight, Zanetti was just a monster.
Yeah.
And
that's what I mean. I thought Jarvis just gets bullied.
He just gets killed.
But then they go in and. Honestly, Jarvis just looked like...
Mate, he looked so good.
Yeah.
He looked so composed. He took a lot of shots, but he was defending well, and he just looked like he was just walking around like, I'm the shit.
Well, I think he was just taking shots to tire Zanetti out.
Yeah, and he did.
Because realistically, he still went at him, but he just kind of let Zanetti hit him, and he could see he was blowing after.
Such a strange TKO, by the way. Because it wasn't after a specific blow.
I'm not going to lie, right? Tom Zanetti annoys the hell out of me.
Really?
I'm gonna say it right. Yeah. He gives it so much talk. I don't know if you watched the face to face.
I watched a few of them. Yeah.
Did you watch their face to face?
Yeah, where he was like, "You were late."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jarvis starts talking and raises his voice once, and then he goes, "Don't you raise your voice with me, boy."
Yeah.
And then starts shouting at him.
But that is entertaining though for the fights. I like that it sells the fight.
Sure,
right?
but don't go at someone for something
and then just quit.
Yeah. And
And
the one thing I hate, I know I'm not a fighter, so I can't say anything, but the one thing I hate is when someone says something like, before the fight, they go, I'm feeling completely fine, I'm up for this.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, had a little, I had a shoulder injury, I was ill, or this.
But then again, but then you can't go into it saying I've got that, because then
this one, he literally says, firstly he says, I don't care about the money, I just like to fight.
Yeah.
But then in another interview goes, oh, I got told I could get paid to fight, so why wouldn't I?
Okay.
Then says, I don't care about winning. Then in the next interview says, like, I've trained too hard to lose this tournament. Like, I've come here to win. Then in his interview after the fight said, I never said I was going to, I never said I wanted to win.
I'm just here for the fight.
I'm thinking no one's fighting wanting to lose.
Yeah, no, of course.
And then, yeah, he gave it all that talk and then literally gave up.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why he gave up, though, because Jarvis was hitting him with some body shots, like real hard body shots, so it's just taking it out of him. But I'm like, you know.
But he hasn't like, to skip forward, Garcia obviously got hit with a big shot and went down.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, I can't stand.
Yeah.
He just went, nah. You know what? I've had my fun.
At least go for a bit longer and take a shot, then go. I'm done. You know?
Yeah.
But I mean, he got fucked. I mean, fair play. He was like, I've not seen the interviews after the fight, but I know that when he was walking around in the ring, he was like, fair play. Like, I'm fucked. But Jarvis looked really good. Really, really good. And then the next fight is going to be Jarvis and Gib, right?
Jarvis
obviously, if you're watching this, like, I know we're going in order here, but we'll still talk about the rest of the results.
Yeah,
Gib obviously won his fight, so that means Jarvis and Gib will fight next.
Yes. Which I think now is going to be an amazing fight.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously Gib will still be the favourite for that one. But
I thought obviously, you know, I thought Zanetti wins. Yeah. And then I thought Gib versus him.
Yeah.
And I thought Gib can handle that.
Yeah, yeah.
But now I'm thinking, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think still Gib will be the favourite, and I probably still will lean towards that.
Yeah.
No offense to Jarvis, but only because like Gib's been the thing that Gib's got over everyone else, pretty much everyone in the scene. He's been going for so long.
Yeah.
Like, he's been going since the first JJ and Joe fight, right? Did he fight on the undercard of that?
Yeah, against Max Place.
And he's been training. I'd say
belly fight. He is blind.
Yeah, but I reckon Gib's probably been training more than JJ in these years. I think he's trained more than any other influencer boxer. Like, as in between fights, because even when it all slowed down, he was still training.
Yeah,
you know, he lost against Jake, like, turned into another level. So
Jarvis v him will be a good fight.
Yeah,
but the only thing is, so Jarvis did let Zanetti hit him to tire him out.
He did.
Gib don't get tired.
No, and also those shots from Gib will hurt a lot more than the Zanetti shots.
Maybe Zanetti does just throw big shots.
Yeah, but sometimes you can throw without like.
True. I mean, I don't know. I don't know their power.
You know, they go. I reckon Gib's got more of that.
Probably. He has more us.
Yeah, more us.
Yeah. Well, then we had Elbrook.
I saw this one
versus Miss Danielka.
Elbrook's a good fighter, man.
She is, but everyone thought this was going to be a slaughter, and it wasn't.
No,
because Elle looks surprised when she wins.
She does, actually.
Admittedly, the rounds all went to her.
I think it's relief, though.
Probably, but she actually, it looked like she even said, like, I didn't know I didn't know if I won.
Yeah.
So I think she may have, thought, I think I edged it, but not.
Probably like I was pessimist.
Yeah. But that fight, everyone, I thought Elbrook's winning in the first round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was a good fight. And then you had Julie versus Daniela.
Didn't see this one.
Again, everyone thought Julie was going to demolish Daniela. And it was a fight. It was a good fight. But again, unanimous decision. I don't know. I think, so that's Julie versus Elle now.
Oh, I was saying, why are there 5 male fights and only 4 female, but they're Blueface, yeah.
So I think Julie fights Elle now.
Okay.
And
Barbie Emily.
And then Barbie Emily. I think Barbie beats Emily.
But you would want Elle to beat her fight and then Emily to win her fight, so you get the sisters.
That would be amazing. But if they both lose, I think the sisters fight.
Oh shit! In like a
The other thing is Elbrook. Elbrook, I thought was like the favorite of the tournament, not to win, as in she was the people's favorite. Yes. But Julie, the Brazilian, unreal.
I loved it, by the way. I was like really happy to see this because it's like, again, we're an album, but also the world is also. So it's nice to see like someone else from a different scene come in and do that well. Yeah, cool. It's just good to see, man. It really is good to see. Obviously, Blueface and Ed, a weird fight just struck in there.
It was so. If you actually deep how weird this fight is, by the way, it's so odd.
I mean, Blueface. Well, I want to say, by the way, because obviously Blueface pretty much dominated. I know it's round 4, but he looked like
it was. This was only a 4-round fight, by the way. All the other fights were 5.
It was 1 second, right?
It was 1 second. I would be pissed if I was Ed Matthews. Yeah. Because if it goes to decision,
Just run, man. Sprint. Just sprint away.
It goes to decision and you're like, I lost, judges.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I should have won.
Yeah. But obviously with this TK, he had no complaints though. Like he was getting slapped about. Yeah. But what I will say about this, because I think on the commentary, I read somewhere that they were like, Ed Matthews, didn't have enough time to train. I'm like, yeah, but Blueface has been fighting forever, man. Remember, he's been fighting forever because he's been putting against like him and Chris Brown. They were putting him in crazy fights for a long, long time. So he must have been training for a while.
Fought Chris. How do you say her name?
Christian.
Christian.
I don't know. Yeah.
Fought her dad.
Wow. Have
you seen that clip? There's a clip where her dad punches Blueface.
Yeah.
And then like 20 security guards just pull them apart.
Well, I know.
And everyone's split up. And then Blueface he does the the pull up the shorts and then runs over and just yeets him round the head and goes, what's happening?
They're always fighting. They're just always fighting.
Yeah.
They're just fighting everyone, even each other.
Yeah. That's what he said. He went, I have nothing to gain from this fight. And he's right. Him fighting Ed Matthews does nothing for Blueface.
No, it's just lost fighting.
Yeah.
Did you see in the pre-build-up, the face-to-face, he makes a joke and she's the only one who laughs? I thought it was cute though.
Yeah.
She was like,
I saw him, he talked about when Ed Matthews got jumped.
Yeah.
And he got jumped by like 4 people and one of them had a knife.
Wow.
And Ed Matthews is there like, well, he had a knife. I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah.
And Blueface is there like, nah. You don't. I would fight.
I believe it.
I believe it. Yeah.
I wouldn't take the Blueface fight. Never. But, I mean, what a weird fight.
Such a weird fight.
But fair enough. I mean,
did you hear about the bet as well?
About his girlfriend.
Well, so Blueface said if you win, you can have my chain.
Yeah.
And it's like 100 or 200 grand.
Jeez.
Like a bandana, but solid.
Yeah, I saw that.
But then Ed Matthews was like, oh, if you beat me, you can have my girl. And then he won. And Blueface definitely got reminded about it after
the interview.
Yeah, and someone whispers something, and then he goes, oh, also, Ed, your girl's coming back to California with us.
I love how on the KINGPYN, the announcer, the commentator was like, oh, just to be clear, like, obviously, we're not going to actually...
Yeah.
Like, bro, you have to say that. Like, we all get it. Like, it's not...
No, to be fair, some people would actually think, like, how can Ed bet his girlfriend?
Yeah, but I don't think anyone's looking at KINGPYN being like, surely that's not sanctioned. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a bet between them.
Was this in writing?
Yeah, like, surely he's not going to fly her over. By the way, I don't want to say it. The height difference between Elle Brooke and fucking Wade was meant to Wade. Oh. But like on the interview,
I didn't realize Elle Brooke's like 5'1".
Yeah, and on the interview, like all I'm seeing is the mic.
Yeah,
I'm like, where's Wade?
You see the face to face.
Wade's really tall.
The face to face with Elle Brooke and Danielka when they're like,
yeah. So, but they had heels on.
She had heels, but I thought that Danielka was like 6'1",
right,
and Elle Brooke was 5'6". I didn't realize Danielka's just 5'5" or 5'6" or something like that, and the other one, yeah,
madness.
So then after Blueface, Whindersson Nunes versus Marcinek.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Marcinek securing the bag?
Yeah.
He had a sticker on his chest and his arm and his back.
Why hasn't that been done before?
Don't know.
Next level is to tattoo it.
Yeah, but there's no point.
I would do it.
There's no point.
Wow.
I said to JJ, I was like, all right, Gatorade, come in and say here's £1 billion to wear stickers all over you. He was like, hell no.
Yeah, well, he can say that.
I said he should just change knowledge for like Chipotle. That'd be amazing.
but in their logo. Or spell out in the weird font.
Well, just whatever. Just for one fight, just wear it.
Oh, yeah. I would literally tattoo anything, man.
For how much?
Oh, for a lot. But I would do it. It seems like a good idea.
Okay.
You know?
What about like an XIX bottle on your arm for 20 grand?
Yeah. I'd probably do that. I'm actually quite down bad recently.
Yeah?
Yeah. Set it up.
Oh, interesting.
I've not had a tattoo before, have you?
No.
Is it painful? Hey,
just asked me if I had one.
I saw a clip of Talia, right?
Yes.
Saying that she was going to get Mushu's paw
I'm
on her
not
hand.
going to answer your question, by the way.
No, I'll answer it for you.
Okay, I'm not answering. So you're going to say it, and then it's because of this. I'm not replying.
Okay, don't reply. And she was like, Simon said no. And she was like, you know why? And all the comments were like, yeah, because he don't want to get jacked off by his dog. That's an interesting... I didn't think of that. Now I'm thinking of the other things you could tattoo on your hand to replicate that. Like what? Megan Fox. I thought you said a fox. I was like, I don't swing that way with foxes.
Whindersson Nunes.
Whindersson Nunes.
And had the best crowd reaction.
Unreal, man. I was gassed. I was like, go.
He has to be the main event, by the way.
Yeah, he has to be.
Like, he has to. Yeah. Julie should be second. And because
let's go on to it now. Gib and Austin McBroom, both big people in their own right. Gib in the UK for sure. McBroom, huge, right? They've fought before. that was a big scrap. They fought again.
They built the whole storyline.
They built the whole. They got drawn in with each other round one, and the fucking crowd left.
I don't know how many people were in the crowd at the peak, but there was about 200 people by the time they fought.
But it was full. It was full,
so full.
It was loud. Everything was sick for the Whindersson fight.
When Whindersson won, like the whole crowd, they just start playing some Brazilian music and stuff.
Mate, it was louder than you would get with JJ fighting.
Yeah.
Way louder.
And then Whindersson faced off with Kenny. Kenny obviously fought Nate, who's a nice guy. Squared off with Nunes. Nice guy again. He was there like, yeah, I really enjoyed your boxing fight. Like, and I think we all said Kenny definitely realized, like, I don't want to get all this hate from the Brazilians.
Yeah.
So he goes, yeah, love to Brazil. And then all the crowd's like, yeah.
Well, I remember Blueface was like, oh, shout out to everyone coming out tonight. Silence.
Yeah.
And then Whindersson.
Bah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Whindersson, they all left after
I don't want to say no shade to give or Austin, by the way, because I saw a lot of people commenting were saying, like, well, obviously, if the Brazilians bought the tickets, then Gibbs fans couldn't buy the tickets because it's sold out.
Yeah. I mean, I think the issue is Zanetti said it and JJ tweeted it because we had said it that, you know how JJ sometimes tweets what we say.
Yeah.
So he'll hear something and go, that's good. Yeah. We said, like, you need to still make content. Yeah. Like, you're not a boxer.
He tweeted the influencer thing, right?
I think this applies to 90% of influencer boxers.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them make content anymore. Yeah. Like, Kenny still does Beta Squad.
Yeah, yeah.
But from what I hear, like, he just trains.
I will say, though, when Gibbs does his announcements in his videos, they're sick.
They are.
He edits a lot of them himself as well.
But because they are always announcements for his fights, I think people don't care about them because there's no content build up.
I do agree.
Like, if Vicstar,
yes,
I know he doesn't do that much content now, but if he did an announcement video, he would have it wouldn't even need to be amazing because he has so many people just backing him and watching him.
Yeah. I mean,
this isn't just a Gibbo though. This is not everyone who boxes. Yeah. No one does content. They all go into this, and I know it comes hand in hand. If you want to be the best boxer, you do need to take it serious.
Yeah.
But
just do what JJ does, man. Just reaction videos. Just titled well.
You just got to do stuff. Like, I mean, Kenny still does Beta Squad.
Yeah.
So,
but then the question is, would he? It's not specific to him, but would he without Beta Squad? Like obviously, the reason he does Beta Squad is because Beta Squad is doing Beta Squad. If the Beta Squad wasn't a thing, would he still make content?
Don't know, but doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Sorry, guys. He makes good content anyway, by the way. He always has done that. Like picking his brother up in Lambo. Cool video. Watch that one. Click like as well. Click like.
But yeah, I think you need to keep the entertainment side. Because I also notice everyone does these interviews, and then even Sidemen Charity Match, all of us do it too. Someone comes over and goes, oh, what do you think today's going to be like? And everyone goes, oh, I think, it's going to be a really good game. I hope we raise a lot of money for charity. And it's like, that's not why I'm not watching Harry to say that.
Yeah.
Harry doesn't do it, to be fair.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I just want to see them say, like, I want Harry to just be like, oh, speed shit. Like, I'm going to two-foot him in the face.
Yeah. Still keep it about football. Still keep it about the fighting. Did you see there's a part where Beta Squad walked behind the interviewers?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's the Sidemen. Yeah. It's all the Sidemen.
They're going to go have a party. Hopefully I'm invited to the Sidemen party later.
There's not one Sidemen in that entire arena. Oh, it's not Chugs' fault. It's not Beta Squad's fault.
No, not at all.
It's jokes, man.
But yeah, Whindersson Nunes looked good as well, by the way.
Really good. Really good.
Like, so he's now fighting Kenny.
Yeah.
Which is going to be an amazing fight.
Big fight. Mate, did you see the interview after? They obviously translated it. Maybe his English is not great.
Yeah.
But he said, he was like, it might look easy. It's like what you see. It's only easy when you see it in the fight right now because I went through hell to get here. I'm like, damn, my guy's got bars.
Yeah, he's a musician.
Yeah, he does have bars. What I also do realize though is whenever they do the translation, right, it always feels like I think the translators cut out the shit because Wade will do like a minute speech and the guy will go,
does it in 4 words.
Yeah, because Wade will just bluff it out, fluff it out to make it sound good for us. But
yeah, then
honestly,
give V McBroom decent fight.
Yeah,
McBroom obviously did something to his ankle.
Yeah,
I think honestly he realised he was going to lose. Same as Zanetti.
Yeah,
I think, but he then faked an injury instead of being like, nah, fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah, which is smart.
Yeah,
if you're gonna go that route, go that route.
I don't think Gibb looked as good as I thought he would. I'll be 100% honest.
Yeah,
he did the job and he still looked good.
Yeah,
but his balance didn't look right. I don't know if you saw, he just a lot of it he seemed to stumble.
Okay,
which I don't know. I don't know if he had enough time to get into the rhythm a bit, but him versus Jarvis.
That's going to be a great fight. So we've got Kenny Winderson, Gibbon, Jarvis.
Yeah.
That's great. I think Gibb just we've just seen him so many times that he just seems to be able to...
He just doesn't stop.
Yeah, he kind of corrects himself and he kind of just stays at it. So it's like he just puts on a show.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's what I said earlier I think my expectations of people, like Winderson might have looked the same as Gibb or less than Gibb, but I had this expectation of Gibb.
Yes.
And I think he was like a bit lower.
There's no problem with Gibb, but that's been the thing for everyone. Like we go
it's because he doesn't do content. So you only see him as a boxer now.
But also we've seen him for so long.
Yeah.
So many times.
Whereas Winderson Nunes, I had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
So I had this expectation and he looked quite good. So I
and Jarvis did really well. Jarvis overperformed compared to our thoughts. So we're like, oh my god, he's sick. Well, Gibb just does his job. Yeah. You know.
So I think Gibb did well.
I like the whole event, man. Obviously, I think it's important that KINGPYN is doing what they're doing because it probably does put some pressure onto Misfits as well. It's like, okay, we've got someone else now to compete with. Without that competition, you don't really have the fire or the desire to keep going as much. I like KINGPYN as well. I kind of think they had like you see how the ring was like. This is gonna sound really weird now. Blue ring. Red and blue like robes. It felt more like a real boxing event. So I think they're going down the angle of like, I know it's not a real boxing event because it's no draws, it's a tournament base, but like compared to Misfits, they've gone for more like traditional boxing. Okay. When I watch a Misfits fight, you can see the marketing, the branding on the ring. You see, it feels its own entertainment side of things, whereas KINGPYN kind of went down more of the boxing route.
Okay.
Commentary as well.
Yeah.
You had Wade, then you had like a guy who does. I don't know what I'm talking about.